Alright, I am Jamie with Jamie's Eats and Sweets. Has anybody heard of Jamie's Eats and Sweets before? Alright, perfect, like almost all of you. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Guess we've been here for a little bit now. So, for those of you that don't know, we're just down the street with a pink door on Broad Street across from Crawdaddy's. We have a full breakfast, lunch, and espresso menu. We've got 2 full cases of desserts, and we do catering, and special order stuff. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer as we go through the whole shebang today. So today we're gonna go through and do some kind of low budget fun party foods that you can do for the summer. We're actually gonna start off with starting the process of ice cream because it's gonna take a while for it to all come together. So we're starting with dessert first. We're not gonna get to try dessert till the end. So sorry, but also you're welcome. So you guys got to watch us assemble the fun KitchenAid mixer situation. So this is KitchenAid mixer, and then this is an ice cream bowl attachment. So what you do for this is you actually just freeze the entire ice cream bowl in the freezer a couple days before. Really the night before is usually good enough, but I like to go a couple days to make sure it's really ice cold. And then all you have to do is add in all of your fun ingredients and then kind of go from there. So I've got a cooler full of cream because if we're gonna do ice cream, we've got cream to start out with. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of heavy cream. I'm gonna start off with half of a cup of heavy cream. Now I'm not measuring because I'm a psychopath. But there you go. So I've got half a cup of heavy cream in there. And if at any point you want a recipe that we do today, just email us at the cafe. I will email it back to you. I forgot to print anything out. So sorry for that one. Now, next thing we're gonna do, we've got a little bit of heavy cream. We're gonna add literally just a pinch of salt, and that's gonna be good enough. If you need a measurement for a pinch, you're really looking at 1/4 of a teaspoon. It's pretty much what you're looking at. Just in case you're ever reading a really old cookbook and you don't know what a pinch and a tat and all that is, there's actually measurements that somebody made for those. You can look them up. But I know a pinch is 1/4 of a teaspoon. Now I'm gonna go in here and add 1.5 cups of milk. You don't want to fill this thing all the way up because I don't know if you guys know science or not, but whenever you have something and you're freezing it, it's going to expand, and so it's going to happen the same thing with all the milk and the cream. So if you fill it all the way up, you will overflow, which is not super fun.
Is that whole milk?
Yes, okay. That is whole milk. You can do it with low-fat milk, but it will not be as creamy because ice cream. But again, you do have the heavy cream, so if you wanted to use 1 or 2%, you could, because you've got the heavy cream to kind of balance it out. Not having enough cream and fat in your ice cream actually will affect the consistency of your ice cream. So not even just the flavor, but it won't freeze as well. So you might have to go longer if you're using a 1% or a low fat or an almond milk. Just fun facts. Now this is just straight sugar. We're not gonna use all of this, I promise. We're gonna use about half of it probably. And so this is gonna equal out to about a cup of sugar for this one. Yeah, I'll use a little bit more than half, but it'll be good. Who likes sugar? All of us? Okay, good. Good. Don't do that. Alright, now this is just gonna sit here and slowly mix while I talk. So I'm gonna have to talk a little bit louder. If you can't hear me, raise your hand and I will start screaming. Alright? So, we're gonna let that go. And that's all you have to do. That's sit it and forget a recipe until it's done. That's the best part about making ice cream in the summer. Did anybody have, some of you that are older, did any of you ever do the ice cream chemistry Ziploc bag trick? You guys do that? Did it work well for you? No? What about you guys? About halfway? Yeah. It all depends on how much work you're willing to put into it, and how cold your ice is. I feel sometimes those chemistry teachers do not keep the ice in the freezer long. But anyway, that is going. It's actually already starting to kind of on the edges where all of the coldest parts are. Does anybody want to come up and see what it's already doing? Or no? Alright, okay, we're gonna let it slide. So, the next thing is, who in here likes chicken salad? Alright, so we've got a decent number of chicken salad people. Now, who in here doesn't like chicken salad? Alright, now tell me why you don't like chicken salad. Texture?
Never had it.
You've never had it. Okay, so today is a new experience for you. Alright, cool.
I just don't usually the dressing.
You don't like the what?
The dressing.
The dressing? You don't like mayonnaise. That's fair. I get that a lot. Did you? Or no?
No, I fully get that.
Okay. So we've got the mayonnaise, we've got texture, we've got never tried it before. Are we scared to try new things? A little bit? Okay, that's okay. Will you try it today for me? Okay, bet. So, we're gonna go off with like a little bit more demonstration-wise. Again, we got that one rolling. So, we're going like budget-friendly chicken salad today, okay? So we're going with some canned chicken, alright? Does anybody in here have an aversion to canned chicken? That's okay. You don't have to like it. You don't have to. I gotta be honest with you. I like it more. I'm making a mess in here. I will take this trash out if you don't want to deal with it. I love you, I'm sorry. Alright. So I'm gonna use a couple of these cans. Now, has anybody ever in here been to Chicken Salad Chick? Alright, so a few of you, okay? I worked at Chicken Salad Chick for 3 weeks when I moved to Cookville. I worked there, I was a prep cook. All of my mornings were spent waking up and prepping hundreds of pounds of chicken. Hundreds of pounds of chicken a day. And they start with raw chicken, I don't know who knows this, but they start with raw chicken, and we go through and we cook the chicken, and then we turn it into chicken salad. And I decided after 3 days of that that was probably not my thing. that was just a lot of raw chicken. Which is funny because we use chicken in the cafe, so I still do like raw chicken like every day, but it's different because it's not hundreds of pounds of raw chicken. So if we ever get that big, I'm gonna have to hire somebody else to do chicken. That'll be good. So these are little cooked chicken guys. I'm gonna eat it. It'll be okay. This is another one. Watch this. For those of you that are paying really close attention, we just swap brands. Difference in what I had before. Both of these are really good. These are also great for making soups. If you don't like want to cook chicken for soup and then add it to chicken, you can use canned chicken. It's really good. You know, also the broth that it's in.
Yeah.
Yes, chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
See about chicken pot pie lovers in the air? Yes, so good. So canned chicken's really versatile. It's low budget. It's low cost. It also is a time saver, so you don't have to worry about like cooking a whole chicken just to put it in to another recipe, which is nice. So, we've got chicken. Now the next thing is what we've already mentioned is the main ingredient in chicken salad, which is mayonnaise. So, I'm gonna take this. Now there's two options. You can either use a spatula, or you could do it what I call the chicken salad chick way, which is you just kind of like grab it with your hand and throw it in there. 100% real life, that is what we did. And then, I'm gonna set this aside. So, we've got about 4 cans of chicken in there, so I'm probably actually gonna end up using the rest of that mayonnaise, but for now I'm gonna sit to the side. Now, for those of you that do like chicken salad, do we have fruity chicken salad people in the room? We got a couple fruity? Who likes like a really savory chicken salad? Alright. I understand. Today we're doing fruity. I know. I did leave out the nuts. For those of you that are like a reverse to nuts, we don't have the nuts today. I didn't quite know where our allergies would span, so I left those at home. But whenever it comes to putting things in your chicken salad, the best part about making your own is that however big you want your chunks to be, is however big you can make them. So typically if I'm doing chicken salad, I like to like just cut them in half. And so for those of you that want like a visual, this is not a proper way to cut this. Do not do this at home. I'm literally just slicing straight through it. If I'm doing that on the cutting board, I'm just gonna go straight through this. And I'm just slicing them in half. I did this just to show you guys. Now, if we're going over like a better knife technique, safety-wise, this is not great, but it's a grape. However, if you wanted a really fun way to cut your grapes, I'm gonna steal some of this stuff. I'm gonna make a mess real quick, but it'll be okay. You can put all of your grapes into like a little lid of something like that. Put this over it, and you can just slice through, just like this. And then you can cut several different lids. So if you have like 2 lids for like the back of like a Tupperware container or something like that, as long as it has like a little lid to hold the grapes in there, you can just slice straight through it. Isn't that fun? Okay. So that's a good one. That's a really easy way to do it. Really easy way to save time if you're cutting a lot of grapes at once. Because if you're like me, once you get like 4 grapes in, you get a little boring. You want to move on. So we've got some grapes in here. I want to do that one more time actually, because that is not enough grapes. Not enough. Alright, any questions about anything I can help answer for anybody? I know we're like just getting started. Questions go once. Alright, cool. I'm cutting grapes again. Woo! This works for other small fruits if you wanted to do that too, which is cool. Anything that really fits in the lid, you can cut like that. So you can do blueberries or something like that if you really wanted to. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop this out one more time. So this is roughly 16 ounces of mayonnaise in here. And we've got about 4 cans of chicken. Who in here has ever like cooked with their grandma in the kitchen? Got a couple? How does your grandma usually cook? Does she like measure everything? Or is she like a little bit of this, a little bit of that? She does what?
She just knew.
I am like roughly the same way at this point, which is why I drive people crazy. So I'm kind of just like, well, once I have this much, that should be good, sort of situation. So I've got grapes in here, I've got mayonnaise in here. I've got a little too much of that broth from the cans in there, which is not super cool, but it'll be good. This is a really wet mayo, wet chicken salad. Once again, if you're making your own chicken salad, you can make it as wet as you want. That's the best part of making it at home. The other best part about chicken salad is that you can put it on just about whatever you want. You can do crackers, you can do croissants, you can do white bread, you can just eat it straight up. I've seen people do that. Has anybody ever had like a stuffed tomato with chicken salad in it? We used to do that all the time at a different restaurant I worked at. I said we, I'm multiple people. A different restaurant I worked at, we would do that with like tomato cheese, chicken salad, and then we had a tuna salad we would use it for. I wish I had brought a tomato to show you this, but I didn't think about it till right now. Where we'd go through and we'd basically like take the tomato, and then we go through and just slice it like 4 or 5 different ways, and then just take the whole scoop and just put it inside of the tomato, so it was like holding it like a little crown. It was kind of fun. That was a fun one that we did, and we'd serve it with like lettuce and crackers. So we'd just eat it up. So this is pepper. So I'm just gonna go through and sprinkle just a little. That's a lot. A little bit on here. So again, you're looking for like a teaspoon or 2. Again, if you're making your own chicken salad, it's a taste thing. It's up to you. You guys see that in recipe books a lot for those that cook. You see like the to taste in there. That's why you gotta taste things while you're cooking. So I got a little bit of salt and pepper in here. If you're not tasting it, how are you gonna know it's good at the end? You gotta try it all the way through. And once again, just mixing it. And like I said, you can use a spatula if you don't like the feeling of chicken salad in between your fingers. But this is a really effective way. You can also feel the clumps of chicken, and then you can break them up, which is really easy if you don't want like really chunky chicken salad. You want more like shredded. And you just got that all sorts of mixed up. And ready to go. And that took us like, what? We're 6 minutes in. So it's 6-minute chicken salad now, right, you guys? That means if you have a party coming over, people show up unexpectedly, you got cans of chicken and some fruit, bam! You got a whole meal right there. That's how you get it done. You can also make this just about anywhere, as long as you have mayonnaise or any sort of sauce, really. You can go through and make a chicken salad. You can make like, does anybody here like eat deviled eggs at all? You can make like a deviled egg style chicken salad with like a little bit of like pickles, mayonnaise, mustard. You mix all that together. Delicious. You can do like a chicken bacon ranch chicken salad by using just ranch bacon chicken. It's such a versatile recipe. You can use it in so many different ways. If you have random ingredients and like canned chicken, invent a new chicken salad. Go for it. Just have fun with it. So just throw stuff together. That's one thing I really love about cooking, and especially like different salad-y things like this, is that you can literally take it whatever way you want. So if you don't like mayonnaise, you can take it and use a different sauce and then turn it into a whole new thing. So this is your sign to try something new. Now I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna get some of this out here on a plate for you guys. Actually, wait, hold on. I'm about to break my own rule. We gotta find out if it tastes good, right? Make sure we got enough salt and pepper in there. Hold on. I think we're good. me it'll be okay. Now once again, normally I would not be putting my hand all over your food like this. But I am wearing gloves, I promise. I won't kill you. At least not today. If there any more, you don't want something, just raise your hand and I'll avoid bringing it to you. Alright, now this is your time to shine, because you said you tried, okay? Alright, there you go, sweet girl. I got really close there for a second. Mine. Would you like chicken salad? Alright, that's enough for me. So I was counting people out of the team. I'm gonna have to grab. No fear? I want you guys to know our ice cream is looking very slushy right now. We're making good progress. The sides of the bowl are very ice creamy. The rest of it doesn't. Alright, for those of you that already have it, how we feel?
It's very good.
Good, I'm glad.
Not saying a lot coming from her because she doesn't eat much.
Fair enough. Thank you for that.
Very good.
That's always like a time-honored tradition for me. Like if I can make somebody that like doesn't typically eat something like something, I'm like, yes.
Yes. What kind of mayo did you use? It's kind of light.
So the mayo that I use is like a Duke's mayo situation. That's the one. You can do that sample alone or something. Duke's mayo. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Duke's mayo. I feel like they're made somewhat close to here, but I don't totally want to lie to you and just like fully admit that. I know they have reps in the area that come because they come by the restaurants sometimes. And they're like, "Do you use Duke's mayo?" I'm like, "Yes, I do actually." They're like shocked. I'm like, surprised me on yours.
It's not super heavy creamy. So,
Yes or no? Sounds good. Do you want one? Alright, so that's the chicken salad. Now, for those of you that have been, oh, do you have a question?
Do we have any more crackers?
I do have crackers. Here, there's this one, and I'm sure I have another one.
Thank you.
There's at least one more. Let me see. Correction, that is the last of the crackers. I stand corrected. Be careful. Sorry. Or do you want like a fork?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, let me start there. Let me just forget the silverware heavy-handed. No problem. Thank you. How was your rank? Was it good? Yeah!
I don't know, need one.
Not that bad? It's not that bad from the side of the room, you guys. That's a win for me. Have you guys seen like the reel or like the TikTok sound that it's like, it's the actually for me. You know what I'm talking about? That's all I just thought of. Like I knew it was good. I don't know why you didn't think it was good. Grapes are sliding back. I'm gonna clean up some of this and then we'll move on to our next shebang. My sugar water. So good at making messes, you guys. Just
Next is out of South Carolina.
thank you.
Fun fact.
I'm about to say, I was like, I didn't. Part of my brain was like, they're like close by, and it's like, no, I didn't.
Good.
So I try not to lie to you guys. Alright. Now, this is a question for some of us that are a little bit older in the room. Who here has heard of Pampered Chef before? Alright, have any of you ever had the Pampered Chef Cool Veggie Pizza?
We have the stone.
You have the stone? Okay, so Pampered Chef has this recipe called Cool Veggie Pizza, and this is like a different like rendition of it. But my mom used to make this for me like every single summer, every single spring. Like if she was like wanted something quick, easy, didn't really have to think about it, Cool Veggie Pizza was on the menu. It was also one of the only ways she would eat veggies. Fun fact, she's not a veggie person. It was one of the only ways she would eat veggies, so that's what we do. So we're kind of gonna do that. Sorry, I got distracted by the ice cream. It looks good. Okay, so we're gonna start off with these. We didn't have a good way to bake in here today, so I went ahead and I did these ahead of time. These are just Pillsbury pretzel rolls. That's all you need to start off. So this is 1 tube. This is the other two. We're gonna do at least one today, and go from there. But that's all you need to start. You can also use your own pizza dough, whatever pizza dough you want to use. I like using the crescent rolls because they got like a light buttery situation going on, which is a nice compliment to everything we're about to put on top of it. And I'm gonna grab a bowl. Now the next step is super duper easy. Cream cheese. So this is cream cheese that already has garlic powder on it, because I had a miscommunication while we were getting everything ready, and so the garlic powder's already on there. This is easily a couple teaspoons, if not a tablespoon of garlic powder. That's on there right now. You can use all sorts of different things for it. As much garlic as you really want. If you like Pampered Chef and you know a local rep, they have a dill mix that already has garlic in it that is phenomenal. This is just a shout out to them. This is not a sponsored thing. But they have a dill mix. We're just going to use garlic and then a little bit of dill that you can get at any other store. And I'm going to use like a tablespoon, roughly, of dill. Once again, you guys, I'm sorry. I measure like a maniac. Everything gets measured with my heart. But I can get you like an actual recipe for it, I promise. I will measure for you. Not for myself, but I'll measure for you. So roughly a tablespoon. And then I'm just going to take this, and this is just a little metal spatula. You can use one of these. I'm using this because honestly, I don't know about you guys, but dishes is my least favorite part. And I'm pretty sure I can make this work. And so I'm just going through and I'm just pressing this into this. And then I'm going to go in and hold it. If you wanted to, and you had like a mixer at home, you could do this in a mixer. We could actually do this. Hold on. Check this out, you guys. We got a whole KitchenAid right here, and this ice cream's basically done. So we're gonna let it sit over here, assuming I can pull this out.
Twist it.
Haha, yeah. Thank you, Marie. All right, so this is gonna sit here. It's very cold. It's gonna stay cold. Don't let this here. I got you guys. I'm gonna wipe this out, and then I'm gonna pull another trick. Is anybody here thirsty? Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me solve a different problem first. I just remembered that I had these guys. I feel like fed you guys salty chicken salad and just like left you to die. I'm so sorry. You guys are acting like it's the Sahara. I'm the worst. I got multiples of these though, so it's okay. You guys can thank my mom for this. She was hanging out at the cafe today and she's like, are they gonna have anything to drink? And I was like, that's a great question.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I don't know. This gives me a chance to come and like interact and be in you guys' space more than you really want me to be, probably.
You gotta admit, after the burritos.
Don't worry. There's more where that came from, you guys.
I'm gonna have to show him an Emerald show from back in the day now, because this is vibes.
This is Thank you.
Absolutely. We even got a BAM earlier.
I've never like.
I don't even know if you did it on purpose.
I did not do that on purpose. That's such like an honor. Wow. I'm gonna go home with someone on. Like you'll never guess what I got told this. Good. I'm glad. My head chef at the cafe used to be obsessed with Emerald Rossi. She would talk about him nonstop. I've also got milk to me if somebody wants milk instead of water. I don't know if we've got any avid milk fans or anything. Stay hydrated, my dudes. Do you guys have problems drinking water? Do you forget to drink water the other day?
Yeah, all the time.
Our first year, I had like all tech babies on staff, and I called them tech babies because they wouldn't take care of themselves. And they didn't drink water. And so that'd be like my first question. I'd be like, hi, welcome in. Glad you're here for your shift. Did you drink water today? Have you had anything to eat or drink today? And the answer was usually no, and I'd be like, why are we like this? Why do we not take care of ourselves?
You
Alright.
should probably go to my house and do that.
I do the text chain. All my old employees that don't drink water.
Can you imagine making a community text alert?
Community
And
text alert.
everyone's
Did you
phone
guys drink
shuts
water
off.
today?
Reminder. Yeah.
Water?
All of my friends. Did you hydrate? If the answer is no, we're gonna fight. Such a mama bear. It's not even funny at this point. I just want to make sure you guys are taken care of, hydrated, fed. Will overfeed you with a reckless abandon. It's fine. All right. So
She may be in the right position.
now for this one, we're just gonna put this back in here. Slide. This was our attachment for those of you that were in here watching this earlier. Comes off super easy. Did not go on that easy. And then I'm just gonna add this to the mixing bowl. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the other one too. Because I brought two of these. So this is more of the same, just garlic powder and cream cheese. For those that are wondering. And then once again, another heavy tablespoon of dill. You can't really go wrong with the dill, I promise. Do you guys like my method for washing dishes right now?
Very professional.
This is like a camp method for washing dishes. You don't have anything but bottled water. We would do this on mission trips all the time. Alright. I just want to make sure we got all this styrofoam on. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Start popping this in here. Blocking it in place. For those of you that have a KitchenAid mixer, this is safety protocol. Not that I would ever forget that ever. And we're just mixing this up. You can go as high as you want. I turned it all the way up. One thing you should know if you're using a KitchenAid mixer, if you do take it all the way up super fast and run it all the way back super fast, you will blow out the transmission. Fun fact. So be careful. It takes a lot to do it, but if you do it all the time, you'll be sad. Just throwing that out there. I've got one at the cafe that you've got to like wiggle it a couple times to actually get it in gear. Kind of fun. To be fair, that one's like 20 years old. That one came from like my grandma's house to my mom's house, so now it's at the cafe. Everybody's upgraded since then. All right, moving this back over here. Ooh, that smells good. Can you guys smell that? Probably not.
No.
Here, I'll come waft it in your face. You guys can smell it. I always turn this the wrong way. Oh, that's what I have to do on it. You guys are about to watch me make a mess. There we go. See, you smell it? you guys ever eat cucumber sandwiches? Like tea sandwiches? Is that fingers?
Yeah.
You wanna sniff it?
Yeah.
Well, that's a weird thing to ask. Don't just let random people let you sniff it. Might not be what you want it to be. Do you guys ever have like those like jelly beans that like have like random things like the, what are they called? Bamboozled. Bean boozled.
They're banned.
They're so bad. We had somebody that got one that was like skunk. Right? Right? So, fun fact, you can also use this exact same mixture for cucumber tea sandwiches. And it is delicious. Just thin slice.
You chop
Get
your
some, like,
cucumbers
white-
up and add it to it.
Well, you can add it to it. You can do like shaved cucumbers and add it to it if you want like a shaved cucumber situation. I like thin slicing cucumbers to like where they're like almost paper thin. Putting those in between like two pieces of white bread with the crust cut off. So good. So good. So that's just another little bonus recipe that you weren't expecting.
Would you add tomatoes as well?
You could add tomatoes if you want. If you
I
want.
wonder if it would wet the bread though.
Well, so if you're doing it, I recommend putting the cream cheese mixture on both sides of the bread. And then go
Barrier.
Yeah. Anytime you're adding like tomatoes or anything that's gonna be really wet to a sandwich, having like a nice like sauce or like cheese barrier,
Yeah. Okay.
especially if you're gonna pack it in a bag for like safe camping or something like that, best way to go. I got the pleasure of going to Europe and studying abroad for a couple years, and we like packed sandwiches for like anytime we were gonna like do like a day outing, and we'd always be like putting something like on like the side of like both sides of the bread, that way like it wasn't like getting super soggy, and then like wrapping it in as much like saran wrap and whatever we could find. It was great. Alright, so now we've got this. I've got my little metal spatula out here again. Again, you could use whatever you want. You could use a spoon. We could use one of these plastic knives if you wanted. As long as you can get it to spread, you're good. Another key factor with this, if you are using straight from the fridge cream cheese, it will be harder. If you let it sit out and soften, or you like take it out of the foil and like microwave it in like a bowl for a few seconds, a lot easier to mix by hand. But again, if you have a mixer on hand, either stand or a hand mixer, it also works great. But you can also do it by hand. I promise, I just whipped out. Alright. So now I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna spread this all over these little crust here, these little crescent roll guys. Do we have pizza fans in the room? You guys just really love pizza? What's your favorite types of pizza?
Supreme.
Supreme pizza? Alright, was not expecting that.
Supreme.
Pepperoni? See, I'm with you. I'm a pepperoni girly. I'm a pepperoni or all meat girly. What about you? Sausage? Okay, I'm with you. Pepperoni?
Cheese.
Cheese. That's correct. Cheese is good.
Yeah.
There's nothing quite like a good grilled cheese or like cheese pizza. What about over here? It's famous?
What they said.
What they said? Ooh.
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, with fresh basil.
Do you guys have a favorite pizza place in town?
Marcos.
Marco's for you? Domino's?
I don't have a favorite. I do like the worldwide.
The World
Pizza?
Foods Pizza?
Yeah.
World Foods Pizza is good. That's what I was about to say. I was like, if I'm going for like quick pizza, like just grab a slice, I'm probably going to World Foods. World Foods is just by the cafe too, so it's like so easy to go grab. But I really like World Foods.
If you're not in a,
Jean's Pizza is pretty good too.
if you're not in a hurry, Fire and Vine
Fire and
have
Vine
the
has-
deep dish now.
The Chicago style pizza or they have a deep dish now.
Oh, maybe Chicago.
Their Chicago style pizza is fire, and that is not a pun, it is just facts.
Yeah, I
What
think
is
they
it
know.
again?
It's a Chicago style pizza up at Fire and Vine. Yeah.
That's where I grew up.
In Chicago?
Uh-huh.
You should go try it and tell me what you think.
Okay.
Because I really like the Chicago style pizza up at Fire and Vine. We actually just took my dad there for Father's Day. So I've had that recently. It is fire. I don't know if anybody's been to Cookville Pizza and Pub yet either over by Tech, but that one's pretty good too. They've got these like pizza popper things that are like filled with like, it's like pizza dough, pepperoni, garlic sauce.
Oh yeah, I've been to Pizza Pub is good.
I like those little pizza popper things.
I haven't had those.
So this is not like any of those. So this is a completely different thing, but
Well, you don't have an oven.
it's delicious.
So. No, but
That's true. I don't have an oven. Melted mozzarella would be a bear. not be super bummer.
Just get a hair dryer or something.
Brings in a torch. What would you do? I bring a torch into the library. I'm just imagining Catherine panicking for a slight second. The library is good to me. I can't hurt them like that. Alright. So, for this, we've got the dough mix on here. Now, this is like the chicken salad and anything else you make. If you make it yourself, you can make it however you want. So if you're like me, I love a lot of this dill cream cheese on here. I think it's fantastic. I love it. So I loaded it up. You can do as much or as little as you like, just like with regular pizza and tomato sauce. But I'm gonna have this one sat to the side. Now, does this look like much of a veggie pizza right now?
No.
Do we have any veggies on it?
No.
No, we've got dill on it. That's not the same.
Well, that's.
It is green, but it's not the same. All right, so I've got mayonnaise on here with my chicken salad. Now it's a brand new plate, so we're good. Do we have any favorite veggies in the room? What's your favorite veggie?
Carrots.
You like carrots? Did you just say that because I'm like carrots? Okay, good.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes? Fun fact, veggie. Those are not a veggie.
It's a fruit.
They're a fruit.
It's a fruit, I know.
I said call you that much.
Ginger.
Ginger? Okay.
I was
I
like,
see
that's
you.
not a vegetable.
I see you. It's a spice. I don't, it's considered a root.
Yeah, you can do like the
It's like a
candy-
potato,
you
so it's
can do
not
like
quite.
candy-
But I guess these are also a root. If we're counting these, we're counting the ginger. Okay, you win.
You can do like candy ginger.
She said you win. You don't want to argue with her.
All right. So what I didn't hear was cauliflower and/or broccoli, but don't worry, we're gonna make them taste good. I promise. So I've got cauliflower. I've got broccoli. All of these were washed before I got here.
Broccoli is good. You know?
Broccoli is good.
I don't know if people are.
Do we have like a raw versus cooked broccoli faction in here?
Raw.
Raw?
Raw.
Raw. Okay, so there's separate ones. My husband, if you give him raw broccoli, he will eat like the whole thing. No qualms. The minute you cook that broccoli, it will sit in the fridge for a year. He will not touch it. It's a whole thing. It's the same thing with carrots. He'll eat the raw carrots, no problem. You give him a cooked carrot, not touching it. Will not touch it. So it's a whole thing. Now, like I said, we're gonna do this two different ways. There's the really cheap way to do this where you don't need any extra equipment, where we're just gonna like dice this up as fine as we can, but we're also gonna cheat today. And so cheating today includes a food processor. Now they have a lot of different types of food processors that you can use. You have the ones that are fully electric like this, where you plug it in and just let it rip. But they also have some fun ones that you can get at like Dollar Tree, different things like that, where all you have to do is like press a button and it just spins and cuts. And they are just as effective, but you also get a workout, which honestly could be a win. Depends on what you're feeling. So, we've got this. And so, like I said, you can just kind of go through and just dice this up as fine as you can. If you wanted to go with like knife safety skills, I'm gonna attempt to show you that today. I don't know who can see and who cannot see. Hold on. We're gonna come and cut at a weird angle so everybody can see. So I'm just gonna like kind of scrunch my fingers like this and come over here. And the whole reason we're scrunching our fingers is that way whenever we get close to our fingers, there's nothing to cut off. So you're gonna hit against your knuckles before you come down, so that way you know you're not slicing the tips of your fingers off, not losing fingernails. It's safer. So that's a good way to do that. And then you can also come back through and just slice again. Once again, keep your fingers nice and scrunched. Or clawed. Some people say go like bear claw situation. Whichever analogy suits your fancy. And so this is roughly what we're looking at. Y'all just saw me scrape my hand with a knife. Don't do that. Don't do that at home. That was bad advice. Okay. So this is like roughly how thin, if you wanted to, you could go even smaller. It's kind of up to you guys on how small you want your broccolis and whether or not you want to be able to bite into your broccolis or if you just want to know that you're getting it into your system. Like I said, this is a really fun one to do, really easy.
That's a great knife.
It is a great knife. For those of you that want to get this is a Members Mark Sam's Club knife, not sponsored. I just want you to know where to find good stuff for cheap. So, there's that. Now, the other way to do this, and you can do this with all of them, you can chop them real small, or you can go through, and like I said, put them in a food processor. I'm just gonna throw a couple little trees. Does anybody else call these little trees? How many little tree people do we have in the room? I want to see show of hands. I got one little tree person? That's so sad. You guys did not have fun. You guys did not have fun. Alright, I've got the carrots. I'm just gonna cut the end off this carrot. I'm gonna chuck it in. I'm gonna do the same thing with all these little guys. And we have at least one person whose favorite vegetable is carrots, right? Okay. I'm throwing in one more just for you. You could have cut this. It's just really fun to break them in half. I don't know. That's not an actual step. It's just, yeah. Anyway. Just wanted to throw that out there. Now, like I said, with the ones that we hand chop, you can just go ahead and sprinkle in there. Just gonna get those out of the way for a second. Now, cauliflower. Who here has ever like cut open a cauliflower like this before? Anybody? Patricia. I knew you would. Okay. So one of my favorite things to do is just kind of rip the base of it off. First, just get the leaves out of the way. This is not like a tried and true method for this. I'm just telling you what I do. If you have a better method, feel free to let me know at any
That's how I
point.
do it too.
Alright, cool. So we're in the same camp. We're just ripping these on. I always tell people everything I've ever learned has been either self-taught, family-taught, or YouTube. So I'm not the expert on anything, but I've definitely done some stuff. And so now I'm just gonna go in and cut the base of this. I'm just gonna rip the base of this off, save the little trees, little white trees, move them over. I like to just kind of cut it into smaller chunks if I'm going to put it in the food processor. Just because I feel like cauliflower chunks better than broccoli does for the most part. Do we have any of those that are like cauliflower averse? Like you just can't stand a cauliflower? There's like 2 in here.
That's okay, I can pick through. Yeah.
Hold on, watch this, ready? Okay, there's only a few in there. So, this is just on a chop. But you can also just hit here. And just let that sucker go to town. And again, this is one of those where it's like, this is the moment where you're deciding how like small and thin you want that. If you want it smaller than this, I would like go with one. If you want it bigger, you can stick with the chopping by hand method, or you can just do it for a short amount of time. Now this is just a few seconds, all those veggies at once. Again, perks of a food processor. Again, this is cheating. You can do it by hand. You can do it with like one of those like fun, like, I guess like almost like a CPR situation. Turn it on to your favorite song and just like chop to the beat, up to you. Those are good. I had one of those in college. That was like the only way I did anything.
Slap chop.
Yeah, slap chop.
Horrible memory.
Valid. Alright, now the one thing I didn't put in here that you could put in here if you wanted was onion. A really good one for this one is like red onion. You can also use a sweet onion if you want like a sweeter taste, but I didn't have that one in here today. But that's something you can do if you want. You could also trade out your veggies and do a different veggie. You could add cucumbers to this if you wanted. You could do cucumbers and tomatoes. Honestly, if you really wanted to and you had some like leftover like chicken or salmon or something, you could take that with like the cucumbers and put it on here. That'd be so good. You could add bacon to this. Bacon on this is fantastic. We did that at the cafe one day, just for funsies. One of my head bakers that we used to have, she loved this. I made it one time for the summer. I think my sister-in-law really wanted one, so I just made it. And we did it as a special at the cafe for a day. And she fell in love with it. And so then anytime like somebody would like ask for one, I would just make one specifically for her. All right. Now I'm gonna add some of my little baby cauliflowers to this other side here. Once again, just chopping these little bad boys up. Just a little choppy chop. You can get it as small as you want. I'm gonna keep saying that way you guys remember that. That's the best part about cooking and not baking is you can do it however you want. The recipe is fluid for the most part. There are some things that if you add to a recipe will make it suck.
Ginger.
But it's very rare. You say ginger? You just cut out like a whole culture's worth of foods, man.
Oh no, I'm talking about him and his raw ginger thrown on stuff.
Okay, wait, now I need an explanation. What are you doing with this ginger?
Ginger's just good. Take any piece of ginger.
You just like snacking on
eats
ginger?
it. Yeah, we're not talking about like powdered
Alright.
or cooked.
I respect it. Do you ever add ginger to your rice?
Well, I put ginger on every meal.
I love that. Ginger and rice is so good. Ginger tea is really good. See, I said I was gonna do it on half of it, and I just did not. I sat here and just instantly forgot about you, Lauren. Alright,
It does look like
So-
cheese.
valid. You could add more cheese to this if you wanted to. I don't really think it needs it most of the time, but if you wanted to, you could add it. Alright. So, I just did this to get the cauliflower off my fingers. Just gonna be real with you. Alright, now, as far as veggie pizzas go, you can slice it, once again, however you want. But I'm just gonna go in and make some small slices, and this is done, by the way. That's how fast that was. So it's absolutely done. You can mix it up. You can put this in a to-go box and take it for lunch tomorrow. Fantastic. You can take it and slice it into like little slivers if you wanted to have like a little party appetizer or something if you wanted. Really good. You could do this with hummus instead of dill. That's another fun way to do it. You could do like hummus and once again whatever veggies you wanted. That would be a really fun way to do like peppers and hummus and carrots and celery. Do like a crudité cup on a pizza. It'd be really good. If I say crudité cup, does anybody know what that means? It's like a veggie cup. It's just a really fancy way to say veggie cup. Kind of like an appetizer, calling it like antipasto. Just another same way to say something really fancy. Alright. Now, who still has their plate? Alright. You don't. Don't worry, I have more plates. Spencer hooked us up with so many plates. Alright, another one.
I'm thinking more like Nutella and fruit, but
Nutella and fruit would be so good! See? You made dessert pizza. That's how easy it is to switch it up. You want veggie pizza? What's that? You can call me now. Feel free to scream down on my face. I'm like, oh yeah, it's veggie pizza now. I can take it, I swear. I won't even cry. Separate plate? Go do it. Okay, you hold it. Whatever you want to do. We'll circle back around. Would you like veggie pizza? And or chicken salad? Come up. You like cauliflower? Hey, babe. You like what you like? I get it. Oh, my fault. Oh, wow. You say go fast? Okay. You're like, I'm waiting. You wanna try it? Just like one tiny little bit. If you don't like it, I won't be mad. I'm gonna sit there and let you can think about it. You don't have to eat it though. If it stays there, I won't be mad. Does anybody want another slice?
Do it, I will.
I'll say I've got plenty. Oh, one more?
no.
Okay. Any more slices?
I'm sure.
You want another? You guys are like, I dig it. Plus you're getting veggies in. Which is also a win. It's okay. Like I said, it's not fair.
Okay, good job.
Do it all.
That's a great summer.
Yeah, it's so good for the summer. Like I said, it's one of my favorite summer things. I literally make this every year for the summer. Don't do it.
It could be bigger for me.
Alright.
Chicken salad on top.
You could put chicken salad on top. Like I said, it's one of those where it's like, once you have the base, just like other pizzas, you can take it and just kind of pile it as high as you want.
With the
Make it
dough, like how do you store it if we're trying to get ready for a party or something, or waiting for people to come over? How does that, so do you put it in the fridge and?
So yeah, you can put it in the fridge. With this one, you could even like leave it out on the counter if you wanted to, just saran wrap, and you'd be fine.
Okay.
This one actually got baked probably around 1 o'clock today. It just kind of hung out until we got ready for it.
Yeah, just timing wise.
Yeah, so timing wise, it's kind of up to you. What I recommend is like baking it like latest, like maybe like 20 minutes before, give it a chance to rest. It will help you spread the cream cheese on it if it is warm, but then your veggies are also warm, and it's a cool veggie pizza, and you want your veggies to be cold. So do it that way you will.
Yeah.
You can do it however you want, it's your kitchen, but taste-wise, I would prefer refrigerated. So that's what I got for you. Any other questions about veggie pizza? Or fun toppings we could add to the veggie pizza? You guys are really good about throwing those out there for a second. He wants ginger. You're just gonna be ginger guy in my head from now on. If you come into the cafe and I call you ginger, just know that's why. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Yeah, what's up?
And you could do fruit and cream cheese.
You could do fruit and cream cheese.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking like, I don't know for those of you that ever had like the grape salad at the cafe, which is like a sweet cream sauce with grapes, and then we top it with like brown sugar and pecans. That would be a good base for that, like a thick version of that. That'd be really good.
That sounds good.
Catherine's like, I want that in my life.
Yes.
Alright. Now, I know. Alright, have we all basically finished the veggie pizza? Okay. Now we have the fun part, because now we have ice cream. So let me see. Brought a good way to transport it. So, this is our ice cream that has been sitting. I'm gonna haul it around for a little bit. It's actually more solid than I thought it would be, to be honest. I'm actually a little scared. Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at $50.
This is? So this is $50 and you can take it home, okay? Ask the library. They might know.
We can dine and dash.
But $50, you can get this, again, with the KitchenAid attachment. If you wait around the holidays, KitchenAids go on sale at Sam's, just for those of you that are wondering. Once again, we're not sponsored, I just know stuff. Alright. Now, how are we feeling about this ice cream? Who thinks it's gonna be good? Alright, you guys think I haven't led you astray so far? You think this is gonna be okay? Okay. Good. I can get my gloves. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to put gloves on with wet hands. It's not great. Yeah, we're good. I was worried that was gonna be a little too solid first. Alright. So, that came out. I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna grab these.
Have you successfully made snow cream before?
I have.
Really?
I love. Who in here has ever made snow cream before?
I mean, I've tried, but I
You
don't
tried?
think the odors taught me right or something, because I've never successfully. It's always been runny.
Okay. You might not be using enough snow,
Okay.
but the problem with doing snow cream is that it's always usually a little runny.
Okay.
Because you're talking about like snow cream made with actual snow, right? Okay. I was like, I want to make sure we're on the same page and you weren't like talking about something that I didn't know.
No.
I feel like that'd been awkward. Alright. So I'm gonna put some ice cream in here. Are you gonna try ice cream? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna get you with at least one.
That's right.
I'm gonna do a little bit to start out, and then if we have more, I'll run some more around. But I don't want to like leave anybody out of the ice cream train. You know what I'm saying?
Jamie, do you want me to pass that out?
That would be awesome,
Yeah,
Catherine. You are a dream. There's two. Also, that's a cute shirt.
Thank
I don't know if anybody told you that
you.
too.
Want to try it?
Thank you.
I don't know for those of you that visit the library, but I feel like Catherine's always dressed so cute.
Thank
I
you.
don't know about the rest of y'all.
Do you want to try it?
I don't know if anybody else sees that trend or not. Is it
Doesn't
good?
have a spoon.
I didn't try it first, so I don't know. Is it good?
I think I'll let people go somewhere.
You're
I'll say, I might have spoons in my cooler if you're willing to.
I might have some back here.
hesitate. You've got some back there?
Yeah.
Spencer, are you coming in clutch again? Spencer for the win, you guys. a round of applause for Spencer. Just so come on, you guys can do better than that. Let's go! That's what I'm talking about. I'll say, we've had fun all night. You guys gotta clap better. I know we're not at a sporting event and it feels wrong because we're in a library, but it's I sanctioned it, it's fine. Your face for that was perfect. There's another one.
Yes, one more after this one.
Perfect.
There's one more. Did everyone get one that wanted one? Yes. Okay. Excellent.
Now I've got to know how we did it. Does anybody need a fork or anything? We good? You need a fork. How did you do?
Two more, I think. Or three.
Fork? I got forks. I even got spoons, you guys.
We
Who
found
wants
some.
some good ones? Okay.
I couldn't.
I just kind of, I grabbed a bag of silverware that I needed. Does anybody want a spoon instead of a fork? You want a spoon.
I was
I got you, girl. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Anybody else? Spoon?
What's that?
Do you want to try ice cream?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Grab ice cream. Please grab ice cream.
Can I ask you a question about the ice cream?
Yeah.
So you did cream and milk, and we do half and half.
You could do half and half, but I don't know if you were kidding. It's not going to have like the same like richness.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm trying
So
to
you can do it by all means if you want to cut down some of that fat that's in there, but it will affect maybe how creamy it gets and also how well it freezes.
Oh,
So, yeah. So the lesser of the fat content, the harder time you're gonna have it to freeze. Oh, Spencer, doing your dirty. But yeah. So the less fat content. Thank you.
yeah.
Can you believe that we made that in like probably like 20 minutes because it sat over here just chilling for a while.
It's really good.
So once again, you got people that randomly show up at your house. You need ice cream. Boom, made it. You could also
20
make
minutes.
yeah, about 20 minutes. Yeah, that's about all it took. You can also do blender ice cream. You can take the same thing we just did with the KitchenAid, add ice to a blender, blend it until it goes smooth. It'll actually freeze in the blender and you'll have ice cream. If you guys have ever come to the cafe for an affogato and I was at ice cream, I make blender ice cream frequently. Just to make sure that we still get
See you tomorrow.
So, she's like, I would like one blender ice cream, please. But yeah, so that's a fun trick that you can do if you just want a small batch of ice cream or you just want ice cream fast. You can also do blender ice cream. It does come out more slushy and less creamy and fun as this does, but it's still a great option if you need something last minute or you just want to solve a craving and you don't want to have to like go to our lovely ice cream places in town like Lazy Cow or Cream City or something like that. But there you go. Any more questions about ice cream, veggie pizza, chicken salad? That's great.
Yummy.
All right, any questions I can maybe help answer about the cafe for anybody? All right, ooh,
How old do you hire?
how old do we hire? That totally depends. As long as you are legal to work, I can hire you. I'll throw that.
You better have ginger on the shelf, though.
What?
We can have ginger on the shelf.
Yeah, I gotta watch you around the ginger then.
That's not all.
That's not all. I've got one guy that's a cheesecake fiend. He loves cheesecake. So it's like every time we make a new cheesecake, he's like, ginger, can I cut a slice of that? Can I try that one? Alright, cool. Well, thank you guys for coming. If you have any questions, if you want, I've got 2 more slices of veggie pizza and I've got some chicken salad up here that I can throw in a cup for you. If you want more ice cream, there's some up here. Just bring your cup up. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Jamie, you are the best. Thank you so much.
I do it again. I appreciate you guys. It's always fun to hang out.